Opening race here at Ascot. Time to introduce our commentator, warmly welcoming Richard Hoyles to the show. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Lydia. Yes, I hope you're all well. Flag's just been raised for the first. So flag is just raised and they're approaching. American is a little bit on toe, but being held onto by Barry Geraghty. And the starter drops his flag and the field are racing. So away they go for the opener, the Mighty Events and Leisure Novices Hurdle, and early on it is the Boss's Dream who cuts out the running on what is a long run to the first flight of hurdles. They've got the full extent of the turn at Swinley Bottom before they encounter it. American was a little bit on edge in the preliminaries, racing in second place on the outer of Mad About the Boy. La Belle des Obeaux racing on the inside of the nose-banded Calanisi Glen early on. Four wide at the back as they approach the turn will be Golden Bird on the outside of Ephraim. Red Hanrahan in the hooped colours on the outside of Neumond as they make the turn and now prepare to head towards the first of the obstacles. So out in front's the Boss's Dream, leading from Mad About the Boy and American, Calanisi Glen, and in fifth place La Belle des Obeaux as they approach the first flight of hurdles. Calanisi Glen was a little slow. Back of the pack after the first is Golden Bird as the Boss's Dream leads Mad About the Boy towards the second. La Belle des Obeaux, as again Calanisi Glen is the slowest. American disputing third place. Calanisi Glen after that couple of flights has drifted back to fifth ahead of Neumond. Hoop colours of Red Hanrahan, and then towards the outside both Golden Bird and under restraint is Ephraim as they now prepare to take the turn that'll carry them back towards home for the first time. The Boss's Dream leading by just over a length from Mad About the Boy in second place. In third is American on the outside of La Belle des Obeaux with the nose-banded Calanisi Glen in close attendance in midfield. Then we have Neumond on the inside of Red Hanrahan, both of those just being given time to find their feet. And then Golden Bird and Ephraim as they reach the third flight of hurdles, which again they're all over safely. So the Boss's Dream out in front, leading from Mad About the Boy, American, La Belle des Obeaux. The field's still very tightly grouped. Calanisi Glen on the stand side as we approach flight number 4, at which the leader got in a bit close, and again Calanisi Glen, whose jumping's rather let him down so far. Left his mark in the hurdle, but very tightly grouped. They make their way up past us with a circuit to travel. The Boss's Dream on the far side of the yellow and blue checks. American light green and blue. Calanisi Glen, despite the errors, is right on terms. Mad About the Boy just pushed along for a stride or two and just losing his pitch slightly with La Belle des Obeaux on the far side. Red Hanrahan Neumond still travel okay as they make the turn. Golden Bird is towards the back of the field, and also towards the tail is Ephraim, although Mad About the Boy continues to drop back through the field as they make their turn towards the two flights down the side of the racecourse. The Boss's Dream leading American, La Belle des Obeaux and Calanisi Glen. Towards the outside, Red Hanrahan. Neumond's just been pushed back to last, but it's a relative term because they're pretty tightly grouped as the Boss's Dream and American lead them over the next flight. La Belle des Obeaux continues to travel strongly on the heels of the leaders. Red Hanrahan just beginning to get a little bit more involved as well with Ephraim as the race begins to take some sort of shape. Mad About the Boy continues to drop back through the field. Neumond is also just being pushed along towards the rear as the runners now have a very long run before they encounter the final 4 flights of hurdles. So it's American out in front. Despite the scrappy jumping, Calanisi Glen still right there on the premises. Noseband on the outside. The Boss's Dream pushed along on the inner. Several travelling well include La Belle des Obeaux in the yellow and black colours. Ephraim towards the inside and Red Hanrahan. Neumond responded to the rider's urgings and has moved through to get back in touch with the leading group. Then Golden Bird, Mad About the Boy, compounded very tamely indeed and is completely tailed off as the runners turn and make their way up from Swinley Bottom into the teeth of the breeze and towards the 4th last flight. American it is who has the lead. From in second place the Boss's Dream. Still there Calanisi Glen, Red Hanrahan and La Belle des Obeaux right on the heels of the leaders. And then behind these Ephraim, whose first time is pushed along as American really soars over that flight, at which Red Hanrahan just left to chase it, a trailing leg there, and is back in 5th place. And American out in front from the Boss's Dream as they take 3 from the finish. Another good leap by the leader. La Belle des Obeaux, who's travelled strongly throughout, has moved through now to head the pursuit as they make their way on the run back towards home. The Boss's Dream comes next. Calanisi Glen. Red Hanrahan's under strong pressure and is losing ground. However, Ephraim is making ground in the red and grey colours as they make the turn for home. So it's American leading by 2 lengths from La Belle des Obeaux, and these two have pulled about about 8 lengths clear from the staying on Ephraim, who's coming to press the Boss's Dream. Into the home run they come. American Barry Geraghty leading from La Belle des Obeaux for Wayne Hutchinson to from the finish. Good leap by La Belle des Obeaux, now putting it to American, who is shaken up. La Belle des Obeaux it is who forges to the front now on the run down to the last. Has American got anything to offer? Trying to rally La Belle des Obeaux. American virtually back alongside. They both clout the last. That time American got away from it better than La Belle des Obeaux in a race that's ebbing and flowing in the closing stages. American the far side, La Belle des Obeaux about half a length down. American holding on grimly. La Belle des Obeaux won't go away but isn't going to get past. And what I think may be Barry Geraghty's first ever ride for Harry Fraser, winning one on American, beating La Belle des Obeaux, third for Ephraim, who made late ground. The Boss's Dream was fourth. In fifth place, Remote, Golden Bird and Neumann.
A good fight to start the day here at Ascot between American and La Belle des Obeaux, and the former manages to win in the hands of Barry Geraghty for Harry Fry, beating